Good night, everybody. Big up everyone from the Sports Frenzy. You know, we have a very special episode for you tonight. And as you can see, we are joined by the great man, John Campbell, aka JC. And we're just here to chop it up a bit with you guys. Get Let you get to know who John Campbell is, some of him roots, where he come from. And having met this guy personally, I can tell you that he doesn't talk a lot. If you go and you search YouTube for interviews with John Campbell, you probably find 10 maximum. So this is a pleasure having you here, boss. And again, I appreciate it. So welcome to the Sports Frenzy Show. How are you feeling?
Had a good day, so I'm feeling pretty good at the moment. So how about you?
Yeah, man, I'm good. The last time I see you, I never had this broken thumb, and we never have two championships. So slap up your side, so we feel good. All right, so I'm not going to keep you long tonight. We just want to get through some questions. So we know you're a very busy man, probably preparing for Jamaica Scorpions work and all of this stuff. All right, so what we want to start with is tell us who is John Campbell, who is JC. No cricket, just tell us about the man himself, John Campbell. Who is John Campbell in your own words?
Well, as I said earlier, a quiet person, loves to laugh, pretty much a family man, enjoy spending time with the family,
Yeah,
and just basically traveling and meeting new people. For me, it's always good to meet new people, learn about other people's culture.
yeah.
Basically, that's just it in a nutshell.
So a very humble youth.
I'd say
Yeah,
so. I'd say
yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah. People, I can tell you that this is true. Listen, I played against this man, and I can tell you, if anybody know me and how me play cricket, they know that I banter a lot, and I was doing everything when him stepped to the crease, everything to banter him and all, and he was unfazed. Even the umpire for one, me remember
True, true, true.
the umpire for one, me I said tone it down and all of these things. So he's a very humble guy, and yeah, man, you can see just the fact that he gave us the opportunity to have this interview with him. You can tell that he's a very humble guy. So again, big up yourself for that. All right, so we know John Campbell, the man. So when we get into John Campbell, the cricketer, where did it start for you? We don't want to go back to primary school level, like high school and transitioning to under 19. How did you get started? And like who inspired you to start play cricket and then from high school onwards, how did it go?
Well, I have to go back a little bit past high school. My grandfather taught me everything I know about cricket until this day. So he was pretty much an inspiration for me, along with my father. Uh, both of them, both of them did everything in their powers to make sure that I got to the level where I am at now.
Mm,
Uh, from primary school, pretty much I did pretty well, I'd say.
yeah.
When spent a year in Wormwood Technical and then left to Taki, where I
Oh,
did
you were in Homewood first before you got Taki.
spend the
Okay.
first year high school was in Wormwood and then I went to Taki.
Mm-hmm.
And I made the under 15s from I went to Wormwood and from there it was pretty much a lot of youth cricket for me. Jamaica youths, it was under 15, under 17s, right to under 19. So I went through pretty much all of the youth programs.
Yeah. So you had play with the big guys from you were like 15 onwards.
Yeah, I was pretty much I played under my first year under 19 was when I was 14 years old.
Under 19?
Under 19 was when I was 14 years old. So
Wow. Okay, okay. All right. So you left from Homewood to Taki, and
okay.
did you captain the team or how that work?
The first year I actually had to sit out because the high school policy in Jamaica. So I
Yeah.
didn't play any cricket for the first year I went to Taki. But after I didn't captain the first year either.
Mm-hmm.
I guess because I was always having to leave to go on whether it was Jamaica or West Indies under 15 duties. or whatever. So the coach felt it best to make somebody who was there
Consistent.
consistently. Yeah, but I was pretty much a leader from them.
Okay, okay. Well, that's good to hear. So from well, somebody's asking why you leave Homewood. I don't know if you want to answer why you leave Homewood.
We'll pause that one.
All right. So we'll go from Taki. Is just obviously I make runs. Apparently, I hear that he used to bowl too. I don't know. I don't know what that.
Man, we are talking about bowl of defense off. Bowl of defense.
All right, so you used to bowl, and I know that you used to get a lot of wickets at high school level, but I guess it was more for your batting while you transition into Jamaica cricket, and then from Jamaica, I guess that took it to under 19, right?
Yeah.
So talk to us about the under 19, because I think that was in 2012. You went to the under 19 World Cup in
Well,
Australia.
I've been to two U World Cups.
Oh, yeah.
My first U World Cup, I was 15 years old. I was the youngest member of the team. That was in New Zealand with Andre Creary was the captain. It
Oh,
had
man.
Walder, Shane Dorwich, Akeem
Mm.
Umar, and so on. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the second World Cup, Craig was captain. That was in Australia.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, I didn't even know about the first one in New Zealand. So did you play a lot while you were at that World Cup?
Yeah, I think I only missed. I think I only missed the first three games, and then pretty much played about 4 or 5 games in that World Cup.
Yeah, but I noticed in the 2012 World Cup you used to bat at number 3. So did you open for the one previous?
No, actually, I didn't do that. I was batting at number three that World Cup as well. So both World Cups, I batted three.
Okay, so we're gonna get more to that later on. So yeah, so we just want to get to the traveling as a young you to New Zealand and then to Australia. What was that experience like for you as a young youth coming out of Jamaica and going to New Zealand and then Australia afterwards?
Well, I'm not sure how to describe it, but it was a pretty awesome feeling. I mean, going the next side of the world, you
Yeah.
could kind of say, um, playing against the best young cricketers from their country.
Mm-hmm.
In time, it was a really good experience.
You never have to adjust to the food and them stuff, or they eat the same thing we eat.
There's no food like home food, so man, get homesick
Yeah.
after a while, but it was good. It was very good. It was a good experience.
Okay, cool. All right. So like I said, the 2012 World Cup, right? We get there, and I know that you a scratch around. You never really make no whole heap of runs until it came to the playoffs, the fifth place playoff. You were the only West Indian to make 100 out of that team, and you played with Craig, as I said, who is the captain and obviously your opening partner in the test match. You played with Kyle Myers, Sunil Ambris, and Akil Hussein, some of those guys. So how did you feel making that 100 in 2012 World Cup?
Well, prior to that, I'm not sure why I wasn't scoring any runs because had I had prepared really well in the
Mhm.
warm up. I scored some runs as well. I guess I just needed a little luck, I would say.
Yeah,
Um, that
yeah.
that game, I think the assistant coach Stuart Williams, he gave me a special talk before we went out,
Mhm.
and maybe that inspired me.
All right, that sounds good. I have a question from Pepe Paul. He said if you played for St. Mary Parish.
Yes, that's where I first started playing. I would say senior cricket in Jamaica at that level.
Mm-hmm.
I, the parish competition is basically the highest level in Jamaica. The first few years of senior cricket was for St. Mary.
All right, cool. And guys, in the comment section, I'm going to get to your comments when we get to the West Indies part. So just give it a sec. All right. So I have a weird question for you, right? I'm gonna want you to pick your friend. While you were playing while you were playing in 2012, like apart from yourself, obviously, who did you think out of everybody would have represent the West Indies like straight away? Like who was that good to represent, straight away? Nobody pick your friend.
I I'm not, but since under 15,
Mm-hmm.
I really thought under 15 when we played for West Indies under 15, they had a tournament here in the Caribbean where a few Pakistan was here, Bangladesh, and a few other countries. And Stephen Katwaru, the wicketkeeper, was the captain of that team
Mm-hmm.
for that tournament. And I really thought he'd be the West Indies keeper right now.
The West Indies keeper right now? Yeah.
So I'd have to say Stephen Katwaru.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Because we see Akil seeing now in a West Indies team and stuff like that, So what do we want to find out? All right, so you leave from there, and then you debut for Jamaica in what? You debut for Jamaica.
Actually, I spent before I debuted for Jamaica, I spent 6 months in Barbados with the
Mm-hmm.
Hyperfitness Center.
Okay.
So it's after that then I got into the Jamaica team.
Yeah.
And
Oh, about 19.
I was I was I was 20.
Yeah, 19, 20 thereabout.
20. The first thing I played for Jamaica was Caribbean T20. That was
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So that's where I was getting. So you played T20 and that was your debut for Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like you put in all the hard work, you played the under 19 World Cup and you come through the ranks. When you get that, I don't know if they presented you with a cap for Jamaica, but when you get that Jamaica, debut in the T20 game, like what was the emotions like? Because I know you played cricket at World Cup level under 19. Was it the same coming back to play for Jamaica T20?
I mean, definitely, it was something that my grandfather and I used to always talk about, representing Jamaica senior team through to
Mm.
West Indies. So getting that cap for the first time, I was really elated.
Who presented the cap?
No, actually for the T20, we didn't get any caps, but I think for the T20, we didn't get any caps for the T20. But I think from the night before I knew that I was going to play,
Mm.
it was a restless sleep, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that, Lynch. Don't worry, I'm going to get to that. All right, so you went on then now after the T20 to play, first class and list A cricket, and from there everything kind of took off. I think I was looking through your figures and you get a 7-wicket haul. Let me not understand
So the half is a decent half.
who was that 7-wicket haul against?
Trinidad.
Trinidad? You remember any of the batsmen when you get old? I don't even care, but
Just 1 5-wicket haul you have in first class cricket. I have two, so you have to maybe put a little bit of respect on my half.
Okay, boss. So you have 2 5-wicket hauls, but
Right.
the 7-wicket haul was against Trinidad.
One is Trinidad in Queens Park.
Tell me one of the big batsmen we got to. Are you just not? Who?
Kyle Whoop, Jeremy Solozano. And I
You-
feel I'm
you-
just
you-
saying because it was 7, but it was so much I can't really remember all of them right now.
You know what? Because you say Kyle. Let's move on. All right. So so you're in the camp, right? And just let the people know what's it like. Like who are some of the cricketers in the Jamaican camp who help you like settle in when you make your debut and stuff?
When I went there, I saw a very familiar face in Jeremy Blackwood.
Mm.
He and I both came up through the youth ranks together, so
Yeah.
it was good to go there and see him. I
Okay.
mean, you can definitely relate to because I've obviously coming through youth cricket with him.
Yeah.
When I went there, he was there as well. So that was a familiar face that I needed to see at that time.
Okay. And that was so he helped you settle in. And
Yeah.
and at that age, it's a 1920, right? At that age, obviously, playing West Indies under 19. A lot of people don't know what regional cricketers get paid. I want to tell you at the time what the money did look like.
At that time, it was 1,300 US for a game.
What?
Yeah, at that time, 1,300 US for a game.
So like that was big money at the time for a 19-year-old.
Sure. I mean, I just, you could say, just finished high school.
Yeah, yeah. All right, and so from that time, you thought that playing cricket would be your like profession, or you still have in the back of your head you might do something else.
It from before that.
Yeah, before.
Before that, cricket is always paramount. Cricket was always what I wanted.
All right, sounds good. All right, so fast forward now 2 years ago, the big ones came. You got your maroon test cap.
From Sir Gary, Sir
Sir
Garfield.
Sir Garfield Sobers,
Right.
gave you a test cap, and then I think in the same year you made your ODI
In the
and
same series.
the same series, yeah, your ODI and T20, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that emotion, remember, you go through West Indies under 19, you play at the World Cup twice, then you make your debut for Jamaica. But the big one, West Indies. How did you feel, boss?
Well, it was. I was very nervous. Actually, from we played the other 2 days practice game,
Mm,
or I think it was a 3 days practice game against the same England team, and I played in that game.
yeah.
And I think I batted once, and the coach of the A team got a call and said that I'm not supposed to bat again. So right away I started to wonder what is happening.
Yeah, yeah.
So after that day, after the day's play, when I got the call that I'm in the test squad, it was the greatest feeling for me so far. You know,
Can't sleep.
couldn't sleep. The first person I called was, as I told you, my grandfather been a
Mm-hmm.
big inspiration to me. So the first person I called, and I told him I was selected, and I could hear the joy in his voice.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy,
Yeah.
and to be making him proud because he taught me so much and he did so much for me. Couldn't I can't really explain the feeling that morning walking out.
Yeah, yeah,
Opening the batting with a familiar face
yeah.
again.
Yeah, because you play with Craig at under 19.
Under 15, under 19s against and with him.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great. And coincidentally, my first ball, I scored off my first ball. So that kind of eased the pressure for me.
Yeah. All right. So that before we move on, somebody's asking like, what is the cricket like in your community now? Like you go back and are they not playing cricket?
Non-existent.
Non-existent.
Non-existent. I remember when every evenings we used to play cricket. My friends and I used to play cricket. I used to sometimes get beaten for playing too late, not
Yeah.
coming inside and bathing and getting ready, doing your homework and getting ready for school the next day.
Mm.
But that is no more in the community that I grew up in.
Okay. All right. Cool. So again, so after you made your test and the other debuts, talk to me about that game. And I'm gonna have a call which game it is. You're supposed to know which game it is. Because I tell people that you're a legend. You're a legend in the making. So talk to us about that game,
That
Tri-Nation Series.
that
That
179.
that game, boss. Talk
Well,
to us about that.
I don't know what to say. I almost got out after the first ball I faced.
Yeah.
Run out. The
You
guy
and she, right?
the guy actually missed the stump.
Yeah.
He got to get off strike.
Mm-hmm.
I just blocked the ball to mid off and run and took off. Fortunately, the guy missed the stump and you know the rest. I went out to score a big 100. Unfortunately, I picked up an injury and that was the only game I played on that tour.
Okay. So just for people who questioning the legend status, just remember, let me just give you some stats. So, no, by the way, me want to get it out of the way from now. Like, what we call she? We call him she or shy.
Shea.
So it's she who.
You Shea.
All right. So everybody, it is she who, not shy who. All right. So first of all, that was the highest opening partnership in ODI history. Highest opening partnership in ODI history. It's not no play thing. the 349 runs that they scored off the bat was the most combined runs scored by openers ever in an ODI innings. The 349 off the bat. Zine? And only 2 times ever as two openers scored 150 plus each. So the man innings wasn't a play innings. It wasn't a joke innings. It was a legendary innings, and it shattered a lot of records at the time. All right. So the question now then, the big one is, obviously I was going to get there, but you're so successful. You average 49 in a white ball cricket, right? Like why you not play more white ball cricket? Do you want to play? What's your favorite format? Is it test match or 2020 or what is it?
I mean, we in the Caribbean, most of us grew up on 50 overs cricket.
Yeah.
Myself playing 2 World Cups. That was 50 overs cricket. So for me, my favorite cricket I'd say is 50 overs. I have no problem. I have no hate. I enjoy playing all cricket, test T20. But I mean, the most cricket I've played is 50 overs cricket because that's what we grew up on.
Okay.
Actually, that 179 was my last ODI game. I have
Yes.
ODI since that, and a few months ago was when I played in the semi-finals for Jamaica. That was my most recent and 50 over game, and before that it was that game against Ireland. So I haven't really been getting opportunities to play 50 overs cricket. The last, I think the one before this regional Super 50, I think I wasn't available because of West Indies duties. And yeah, so I mean, I love playing one day cricket.
Yeah, we can tell the average 49, like when I understand. Yeah, but what for the position, like you'd rather open or bat three? Because like I said, coming up through youth cricket, the World Cup at least, you were batting at 3. You prefer opening or batting at number 3?
Well, yeah, I prefer opening. That's where I batted most of my life. So
Okay. So for the snubs, because that's what we call the next section, the ODI and the CPL snubs, like why, like, I mean, obviously the selectors pick the team, but you obviously would like to play ODI and CPL this thing. I remember you playing for the Zooks, obviously before the Rock Attack, start open and smash it all over the place. You know what I mean? So obviously you want to play. So why is it that the selectors not seem fair look your way in terms of white ball cricket and CPL franchises?
I really can't tell. I'm not sure.
But you're willing to play?
Definitely.
Okay.
But I guess if you look around the Caribbean, to be honest, the opening spots are pretty tough, I'd say. But I have nothing against batting 3 or wherever in any cricket. I'm a batsman. I mean, it would be a little bit different, but still.
Okay. All right, that's good. So and nobody explained to you from the board like why them not call you for this. Them just don't select you.
No.
All right. All right. So the people themselves not ask the tough questions. I didn't put up that for a long time. So that's actually my second to last, no, third to last, segment. So obviously you went through struggles at the test level. To somebody say why you can't make over 50 more regular and stuff like that. What do you attribute to like the failures at test level in terms of getting starts but not carrying on?
I mean, I guess it's a little bit of different things. One, it could be, I'm not saying concentration, I'd say more of shot selection for me. I mean, some of the times I tend to go a little bit too hard at the ball as well.
Yeah. Because I remember the Sri Lanka series especially. Before he got dropped, what's the name? Lakmal. He was giving you a lot of problems, and I saw that you were making adjustments in terms of getting over to the ball so you can play the ball, right? So I thought that you were putting in the work, but you tell the people what you're doing right now to get back into the test team and probably white ball cricket.
It's just basically just working on my confidence. You know,
Mm,
I'm pretty much whenever I'm confident while batting, I'm at my best.
mm,
So it's not getting too defensive, not reckless, but not too defensive where I'm in a shell and whenever I get a bad ball, I don't score a fight, and then that will add pressure on me as a batter. So
okay.
it's just me working on picking the right balls
Hmm.
and
But
when to do certain things.
but 90% of it is confidence for you. Like
Yeah,
just
sure.
getting the
Yeah.
confidence. But listen, I think you're going to be back in the test team soon. So don't worry yourself, my boss. You're going to be there soon. I'm not sure what uh intercall is, but I'm not sure. Somebody asked if you play intercall.
No, I never played that.
I don't know name so, but no, he didn't play that. Um so you obviously at the highest level playing now. What's the major difference between international cricket and playing regional cricket?
Ah, well, for sure, you get as a batsman, you get less bad balls, and I mean, everybody know from the sea one time, they pretty much know what you're about,
Mm,
and they'll forever remember that because they have every kind of clip you could think of
yeah.
to look at your flaws and your strengths, and you
Hmm.
know they need to stay away from your strengths and
Okay.
target the weakness as much as possible. I mean, in first class cricket, there's a little less of that,
Hmm.
but at Test cricket, you're getting one or no bad ball per over. So
Yeah.
you need to make use of that one ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when a bowler gets on top of you, then he's pretty much there for a while.
Fair. Fair. All right. So we're gonna wrap up soon, but I have two more stuff because like I said, we're gonna talk a little about the West Indies team and their chances. So here's my thing. Oh, so somebody asked it here. Well, it's going to lead into the question. Somebody's asking, how did John feel when I sledged him versus Cornwall? That's what they're asking. But it's going to lead into something else. So that's part one, right? So obviously you play some cricket here in the United States. I have the privilege to play against you, and winning. I had the privilege to watch you captain. Wait, they may have a jersey. This is the jersey. It will beat you, and then the privilege of seeing you captain the Somerset Cavaliers in the minor leagues, obviously. And so you play cricket probably other places women know about. Um, in terms of cricket in the United States, like how you think it can grow, and is it at a level where you'd expect it to be right now? Because I think they now have the APL, as in the American Premier League, and they're trying some stuff. And I've seen a lot of cricketers coming up here to play cricket, minor leagues, and so on and so forth. How you feel about cricket in the United States right now? I mean, obviously not me, because you know how it end up for you when you play.
I mean, the major leagues are always good, like the bigger leagues. I mean, because they get like 4 or 5 good outside players to strengthen their team.
Mm-hmm.
But I, I've seen big improvements. I played in the minor league. I played most of the games. I mean, it's good. There's a lot of local talents as well,
Yep.
and that's really good to see. And they're getting chances as well. So, I mean, I've played before
Mm-hmm.
this year, but I never really played a lot. But I played a few games here and there, a 1 or 2 game here and there. But
Mm.
I've definitely seen improvements in the cricket in the States for sure.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you can see that from more players looking to play there as well. So you know the cricket is definitely going to get better.
Yeah, that's where I was getting at because the American Premier League, I see them a give out a Lamborghini for like the player of the tournament and all of these things. I mean, like they obviously putting in incentives so that people will want to come. And Messi players like Ukmun Chand and some international cricketers, not just from the Caribbean, but from all over the world coming
I
over
see
to play.
quite a few players from South Africa there as well, and players from New Zealand, players all over. So the cricket is definitely getting better in the States.
All right, cool. All right, so that's basically it in terms of talking to you about yourself and how you feel. And you obviously say you're working on your confidence to get back in the West Indies team. Obviously, you would have felt bad after the drop like any other cricketer would, but I know that you'll be back in the team in no place. So maybe just ask before we talk about the West Indies chances, can I have a little more time with you? Somebody's asking which bowler have you find the hardest to play at the international level?
I'd say Jimmy Anderson.
Jimmy Anderson?
Jimmy Anderson.
Wait, because we see it on TV, we see him swinging it all
Jimmy
over the place.
Anderson and Broad. I mean, everybody knows Broad is a terror to left-handers.
Yeah. So that's just Jimmy Anderson, the number one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Good. All right, so guys, put your questions there. Your friend is asking if you're a Lakers fan. I know that you're a Manchester United fan, but I thought that you were a LeBron James fan, not a Lakers fan.
I was always a Lakers fan, but Bron is my baller, so wherever Bron goes, I'll have to be there.
Okay, and you're also a Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right.
all right, cool. So all right, so the last part of this is obviously the big topic of the night, and we just want to look at the chances of West Indies and making it and winning this World Cup. Now, like where you feel our chances are in terms of win. I was very confident at the start. Like everybody on the stream knew. I was saying, West Indies are favorites and all of that stuff. But after seeing a couple of the games, the warm-up games and all of that stuff, and see how the players them hot playing over there in the UAE and it just seemed to suit the we call it the subcontinent player who used to eat the Pakistans and the Sri Lanka. Them seem to like it not affect them none at all. In terms of for you, how you see the West Indies faring over there?
I mean, you can't use those two warm-up games and judge the West Indies.
Yeah.
So I hear a lot of people counting them out already based on the fact that they lost both the warm-up games, but I don't. If you look, you could see that they were tinkering with stuff. They were trying different combinations and whatnot. So when the tournament starts, I have no doubt that they will win. I mean, they definitely know what it takes, and they have the experience that they need to win again. So
yeah. Well, my thing was about the warm up game. I not even did watch the warm up games in the boss. When I watch the warm up games for West Indies, I'm saying for the Sri Lanka guys, they seem so used to the heat and the pitches and stuff, and the Pakistani guys, all of them seem used to it. So I think that it would be kind of harder for West Indies to win it just because of conditions wise. I thought they would be favorites going in, but I think the conditions just look different now. So I'm gonna see them as outright favorites. You know what I mean?
Not only you, I mean a lot of people took the favorite tag off them. So I think that will definitely play in their favor as well. I mean they come in under still under pressure as the defending champions, but not so much pressure as the favorites. Whenever you're a favorite, then you definitely come under immense pressure. But I think they don't have that pressure to deal with. So I'm looking forward to it. I expect big things from them.
All right, good. I have a question from Anthony Henry. If you have ever considered going to other countries, to learn new techniques and shots, selection and temperament.
Yeah, thought about going to England. I was supposed to go earlier this year after the Sri Lanka series, but it was a little bit too late to confirm, so I didn't the opportunity they didn't come. So if things had worked out a little bit earlier, then I've gone and played a few games. But
Okay, but you're definitely looking in something
yeah,
like that. All right, cool. So the big topic of the universe, boss. Oh yeah, that I was going to ask that. So they bring up the topic. So do you think that Chris Gayle is an automatic pick? Wait, he's a favorite batsman, right? He is somebody we look up to when you're coming.
yeah. I wouldn't say I'm a favorite batsman, but he's definitely somebody I look up to.
All right. So do you think he's an automatic pick in this team? Obviously, for me, I think that the universe boss has to play, right? Everybody know this.
So do I. I mean, they can't have Chris Gayle and not play him in a T20. He's the most successful T20 batsman in the world. When everybody know whenever he gets going, then
Can't
it's
stop.
trouble. You cannot stop him basically. So
Yeah, the thing is, people are saying he's not getting going.
fair enough, but it just takes one inning. He's just
Yeah,
one inning away from gaining confidence and everything falls back into place.
yeah, for me as well. For me as well. I think that Gale has to play, and he's just the universe boss. You can't leave him out. I mean, the challenge for me is how them going to get Gale, Hetmyer, and Chase in the same team. Because it just kind of pop up. So they might have to drop one of them because they might bat Gale at 3. Like, what you think about batting him at 3? Because you like for open and then you bat 3 for the World Cup. Like, what effect that have mentally on somebody who like to?
I guess for West Indies for quite a few series now, he has been batting at 3.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the role the skipper wants him to play. So I guess he's assumed that role, that position as a batsman, and he's been working on it. I mean, it's not something he has done for a while at a time. So I mean, he's still adjusting. He's only human too. So
Yeah.
I mean, it takes time to adjust. So he's adjusting into that position, to that new role, to that new position.
Yeah. Yeah, before I ask you about the advice you give to young cricketers coming up, a lot of people need, before I get to that question, a lot of people have issues as to what is a fitness test. So you as obviously a West Indies cricketer, what is a fitness test entail? I tell him that the fitness test is not going there to bowl 150 miles per hour and stuff like that. So tell the people what a fitness test is at the yo-yo test, if you want to call it that.
So yeah, the yo-yo test is what is basically the benchmark for cricketers, and the minimum standard is 40. So it's basically shuttles, 20-meter shuttles. You have to run out and back, and that's one. And you have the beep increases, it gets faster, and you need to run 40 of those. Minimum that's the minimum standard.
And that's it?
Yeah.
So no push up, no jump over code, no rope.
You have some jumps, you have a run at 3, and you have some sprints. But basically, the most important one is the yo-yo, which is the 20-meter sprint out and back.
Okay, cool. And the final question for the night, people, because John Campbell is a very busy guy. So that's the question there. What advice would you give for young aspiring cricketers trying to make it in the West Indies team? Obviously, probably Jamaica first, but the West Indies team.
I mean, train hard, and self-belief. You have to believe in yourself. If somebody else believes in you, then you still have to believe in yourself, and you have to be consistent with your preparation and with everything. Consistency is key with whatever you're doing.
Awesome.
Keep things as simple as you can.
Awesome. All right. So before you leave, the producer is going to come out, but before you leave, is it a lot of these people? Wait, now stop laughing, Max. A lot of these people don't believe when we tell them, say, I'm an awesome cricketer and I'm having trophies to prove it, with 5 and stuff. So I want the great John Campbell to tell the people, after coming up against my team, which we obviously destroyed the team, tell them what you think of me as a cricketer when you first meet me and all of that. So tell the people, don't be biased, just tell them.
Full amount would have almost kill me. I had to keep a level head.
Yeah.
But a decent cricketer man plays hard.
Okay.
Plays hard for sure. They does everything to win. Bowls a decent medium pace.
Okay. All right, boss.
The batting part.
Yeah, because you could have bowled out my team for still bat. It's just like,
You didn't get to that part. But
yeah.
decent cricketer.
All right. So you heard it here first from John Campbell. So the producer can come out now, but before you leave, boss, I just want to say, privilege talking to you. Always, I'm very glad you took up this opportunity, and I can't express thanks enough. You never have to do it, obviously, because like I tell the people, if you go on YouTube and type in John Campbell interviews, if you find 10, you're good. Like this guy doesn't talk to people. All right. So, sir, massive respect, boss, and thanks for coming on to the Sports Frenzy.
Yeah, man, no problem. It was a pleasure.
All right, John, before you leave, because the people in Demo keep on growing corner, and people in Demo not asking you the tough questions. So I saw a few questions in the comment section. One of those that I pick up on is why is it that you tend to get out the same way a lot of times? Like always outside the off stump.
Not hearing the producer.
Him say, "Yeah, hear me?"
Yeah, me I hear you, but me not hear you.
Yeah, he said a lot of people were asking one question when I missed in terms of getting out outside the off stump. Like how come you always get out all the time, most of the time?
I mean, everybody has their own challenges. I mean,
Yeah,
nobody's perfect.
yeah,
Even Brett and them have their flaws as well. So at one point, Jimmy was getting Brett out the same way all the time.
true.
It's just basically just working on that. That that was definitely a flaw of mine. I've been working to rectify that over the past few months,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it has gone pretty well.
All right, boss.
Yeah, because that would have led me to another question where I would ask you,
Yeah,
what
hear
have
me?
you been doing to
Nah, yeah.
improve?
Him not here, Levon.
All right, Demo, you're hearing me, right, Demo?
Yeah, may I hear you, but him not hear you.
Yeah, me not hear. Me I hear your demo, but me not
All
hear.
right, just ask him the question. What has he been doing to ensure that he's in tip-top shape to make it back into West Indies cricket?
Yeah, but I asked him that already. He said that
And
he's working on his confidence.
and if you would actually consider taking a Kolpak deal.
A what?
Kolpak, like when most international do when they go over to England, stop play for West Indies. Just like man, like what's his name again, man? The same Xavier guy, man, that normally play for West Indies and still get.
John JC is asking if you take if you ever consider taking a cold pot deal, like playing
Oh,
for a different country,
I never really thought about it.
like Xavier.
It's something I've heard about and I've seen players do it, but I never really thought about it like that.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna make John run. So again, boss, thanks for coming on and have a great night, boss.
Yeah,
Big up
man,
yourself.
big up.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that interview with John Campbell. I worked very hard to get it done. So smash the like button, subscribe to Sports Frenzy. Big up everybody who tuned in tonight. It was awesome talking to him. And I hope you have a great rest of the night. Big up on yourself, Sports Frenzy.